The horror genre needs new life going into the next generation of consoles because since the PS2 era it hasn't really been popping that much. Back in the day, horror games were awesome. I feel like it's a genre that people actually gave a shit about, but these days nobody gives a damn, and it's a shame because I think the horror genre is probably one of the best genres in all of video games. If you think back to the games we had back in the day, you had Silent Hill, you had Forbidden Siren, Fatal Frame, Clock Tower, Haunting Ground. The only one really alive and kicking today is Resident Evil, and Resident Evil hasn't really been scary for a long time now. Resident Evil 7 was a very good attempt and a step in the right direction, but it was too many jump scares, and unlike films, jump scares do work in a video game because you're the one controlling the character, you're there in the moment, it has a more lasting impact. But a game needs more than just a couple of jump scares to be scary throughout, and Resident Evil doesn't really give you that. And don't get me wrong, we've had some good horror games come out this gen. I was just playing the Blair Witch game, which wasn't actually too bad, it's alright. Amnesia is okay, Evil Within was pretty decent, but there hasn't really been anything that has actually wowed me. When the playable teaser for Silent Hills dropped, people went crazy for it. For the first time in a long time, I actually saw people playing a horror game, and not just one or two people here and there. I'm talking about millions of people. Millions of people were playing this game, and that felt good. As a horror fan, as a fan of the genre, it felt good to see that. But it didn't stop there. PT inspired game after game. Like, these games were dropping out of nowhere, and they were trying to replicate the magic that Konami and Hideo Kojima had created. Resident Evil 7, Visage, The Park, Layers of Fear, Allison Road, these are all games that clearly wanted a piece of the pie, but ultimately Silent Hills never saw the light of day, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm never ever gonna forgive Konami for that. It still baffles me how that project fell through. I mean, I know the ins and outs of why it didn't pan out, but come on, that was literally lightning in a bottle. It's rare to play a game where you can genuinely turn around and say, wow, I've never ever played a single thing like that in the entire time I've been gaming, and PT did just that. I was so excited, and then it just went away, and if you hadn't downloaded the demo onto your PS4, you can't play it. You just can't play PT. It's no longer a thing, you can't get your hands on it. If your PlayStation happened to break that had it on there, that was it. Even if you had it in your library, if it wasn't downloaded onto your XMB once it was taken off the store, that was it. PT was done, and for most people, PT will never be coming back. For the next generation of consoles, all I've seen is some game called Scorn, which we haven't really seen much from, and another game called The Medium, and neither of them captivated me in any way, shape or form, but to be fair to them, there isn't that much gameplay or footage out of them. Actually, I don't think Scorn has any gameplay on it. The Medium might, I need to double check on that, but I don't think there's anything worth checking out of both of them. But one rumor that has been flying around is that Konami will be bringing Silent Hill back exclusively for the PlayStation 5. Obviously, I do not think these rumors can be taken as gospel truth, they are just rumors, but there's been a few things happening that would make you think that Silent Hill might be on the horizon. An old Silent Hill Twitter handle being made official by the actual Silent Hill guys, it's been turned into an official Silent Hill account. That's just recently happened, so that's that. There's the PlayStation State of Play articles, one after another, saying that Silent Hills is in development, and it's been in development for about 4 years now. And then you've got Pyramid Head being included in Dead by Daylight. It's like they're trying to drum up interest in the Silent Hill franchise again, and let me be the first to tell you, I am 100% for this. But as much as a new Silent Hill game would be fantastic to see, and make no mistakes, there are a few games that I want to see on the next gen as much as a Silent Hill game. I do want to see some of the other really big horror games from yesteryear make a comeback. Games like Fatal Frame or Project Zero, depending on where you're from. Games like the Siren series. Games like Clock Tower, for example. These are games that I want to see come back onto the system, because I feel like the next generation of gamers need to appreciate this genre. It's a lost art in my opinion. The director of the Fatal Frame games has already said that it's up to Nintendo if they want to bring it back or not, and that accounts for a remaster and a brand new game. So Fatal Frame can come back, it is on the cards. You gotta bring back the Siren series on PlayStation. PlayStation Japan has been radio silent about this series for a long time now, and I don't know if it's because the games are not too popular or maybe they didn't sell too well, but to me they're pretty amazing games. So if people haven't played them, they're available on the PlayStation Now service. You can get them on PS4. They're actually really scary, they're really well done, they've got a great atmosphere, so I'd definitely check them out if I were you. And we've got enough of these battle royale games and all of these silly games that come out here and there that are way over budgeted and there's not too much going on them, and they end up getting reviewed really poorly by people. I think it's enough of those games. People are flocking to these original story-driven games with really good concepts. Now, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I am the only one that wants to save the horror genre, but I feel like it's a really underappreciated genre, and I feel like it needs some attention, it needs some love, and not just by indie developers. I feel like these big studios should take it upon themselves to bring back some of the biggest horror games from way back in the day, because if you look at the library of horror games that existed on the Sega Genesis or the Sega Saturn or the PlayStation 1 or the PlayStation 2 or even the N64, all of those old consoles, they all had a good variety of horror games, but they've just fizzled out over time and they've been relegated to being on Steam or just being made by indie developers and put on the PlayStation Store, the Xbox Marketplace. They're not really what they used to be, and it's a shame. I just think it's a genre that needs to be saved and one that really needs to be put at the forefront, because when done correctly, horror games are absolutely amazing. It's an experience you really can't replicate with any other genre. But let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. Is anyone even remotely interested in the new horror franchise or one of the old horror games being brought back? Or is it just me? It might be a dead genre, maybe I am beating a dead horse, but to me I feel like they need to come back. But let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you all next time. Peace.